Hello everybody, good afternoon. I am Fotini, I'm talking to you from Athens, Greece. And among other things, I'm an esoteric astrologer. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this new moon that we are having within the next hours. In Greece will be after midnight. But for the rest of the world it's within the 18th of March. What I want to share with you is two things. One, today we have an exact, and I'm going to show you in a bit the chart, we have an exact conjunction. That's why I do the video earlier. An exact conjunction between Mercury and North Node in Pisces, in 8 degree Pisces. Also, we have an exact square between Venus in Aries and Jupiter in Cancer. And I will explain two things, and also I will talk a little bit about this new moon. The first thing that I want to say is that whenever we have Mercury conjuncting North Node, it means that the conscious mind is reaching the point of destiny. The North Node is destiny. Of course, it's not our personal destiny, but it's the collective. Okay, and especially because we have Pisces here, and it's about the collective unconscious. What this means is that many things are playing out within the depths of Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, and right now the conscious mind, which is Mercury, but it's a very quick movement as a planet, reaching the point of the North Node, and gives, like, imagine that you just open a window, but then a little bit afterwards you close it, and in this short time you can see everything. The conscious mind can grasp what's truly happening. For that to happen, and for this aspect to provide the best outcome, is always to train your mind, because it's about mind, Mercury, to receive the messages, to have opened the mind to receive the messages, and of course to be prepared for that. The other thing about the square between Jupiter and Venus, it has to do with what is Aries represents in the signs and Venus there, and what Jupiter represents in Cancer. Right now, the current transit of Jupiter is, and in Cancer, it's about rebirth. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. It's the best placement of Jupiter, and Cancer is the sign of the mother. So something is being born right now. It might be a project, it might be a literal child, it might be a desire that you have started planning a while ago, but whatever it is, it has started last summer and it's going to fruition now, I mean in 2026, and it's going to last for at least 12 to 13 years, which is the cycle of Jupiter. Now, with squaring to Venus in Aries, square is not a good aspect, it's a challenging, it's the best word. Venus in Aries is not in a good place because it's not, it's a place of Mars, and Venus isn't feeling welcome in the area of Mars. Although Mars was a lover of Venus, according to the Greek mythology, but Aries has to do with impulsiveness, stubbornness, and leading through the mind, but not with the heart. And so squaring to Jupiter, it means that right now, because it's a challenging aspect, you must be more centered in your heart than the mind, and this is the challenge. Yet, in the Grail activation that I have been given in October, in order to create something, you have to have the patterns within your head and then let your heart support it. So you cannot have the one doing something else and the other feeling something else. You have to be in alignment. It's the way for the Grail to work. And the Grail is the human body. It's you thinking something, giving the love to it, and then bring it into the physical reality. So today's aspect is a challenging aspect between Jupiter and Venus, but only for you to see when your mind is not in alignment. And because the mind is following the heart and the mind has to be cleared, in order for you, for each and every one of us, to be sure that what we are thinking is ours, not a projection, and especially because Jupiter is in Cancer, it means that it's coming from the ancestral line, or your country, or the collective unconscious, ruled by Neptune. Cancer is ruled by Neptune. You have to be sure that what you are thinking, what you are planning, your project, whatever, it's yours. It's yours. Because only then your heart will support it. Now, in the offerings, you can find, in my offerings, in my timeline, and in the channel, because I will upload this video on the channel also, you will find out the Venus activation. The Venus activation was given to me in 2024 in Scotland, in the Rose Line, through Mary. I was in Rosslyn Chapel then, and it is a healing modality, an etheric healing modality that helps the alignment of the two hemispheres in the brain. I am an energetic healer and an activator, and I have a lot of activation in my offerings, but especially this is very helpful for bringing the two hemispheres of your brain in alignment. The right brain is what is coming from your ancestral line and is connected with the left part of your body, which is your feminine aspect, and your right brain is connected with, your left brain is connected with your right hand, which is the masculine, and which is the logical conscious mind. So, even if you are not aware of that, at the same time, the old and the now, the conscious, are interconnected, are talking to each other. And because you have memories stored that you aren't aware of that, at the same time in the now moment that you are wanting or desiring something, you have to align this hemisphere so that they can be united in the front line, which is the eye of wisdom. This etheric energetic activation is so strong, and it is only now available because we are transitioning to a new, at least if you choose it, we are transitioning in an era of embodied love. And in order to have an embodied love, you cannot have an inner conflict. The one doesn't go with the other. You cannot embody love if you are separated within. If you are thinking one way and you are operating another way. And most of the time, people aren't aware that they are doing that. They will be, of course, because in 1 month, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, will enter Gemini, which is the main sign of duality, of expressing duality. And so, if you are not connected within your brain, you will have to, and I'm sorry to say that, you will have, and humanity will be faced with great challenge. Because the way of thinking within what we know as, and we call matrix, is, imagine the web of a spider. This is exactly what is happening within our brain. And so, if you haven't healed and united your hemisphere and walking the fine line, which is the yellow ray, the golden ray, you cannot have a unified perspective of what is happening. Years ago, when I was training in rays, in the 7 rays, 22 years ago, I was given by my teacher a special activation about our 2 eyes. One is the eye of the soul, and the other is the eye of personality. One is seeing through the 5 senses, and the other is connected to intuition. Both are correct. Both. You need both, because you are not only a human, but you are a spirit. And this is exactly, and I'm finishing with that, the new moon in Pisces. This new moon, exactly before the equinox, is bringing everything, and I want you to go back in 2007 when we last had the same nodes, North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, and see what happened then, but within these 19 years. I remember very well that I did my laser operation in my eyes, and I opened my eyes. Literally, but also metaphorically, because after 2007, ultimately, within these 19 years, I saw it all. I mean, 100 incarnations in 20 years. I'm laughing now, but I can assure you that I wasn't laughing, because I saw the lies of my own life, my background, the work I was doing. I was a lawyer and I left in 2011, and then also in 2017 I completely withdraw my from the bar association in Greece. And so, and not only that, I started my new work with the 7 rays and esoteric astrology, which I went literally from one hemisphere to another, from the logical mind, which was my left brain, exactly what I'm discussing now, from the left brain, masculine thinking, which was the law school, to the intuitive thinking, of, which is my right brain. It isn't about one or the other, it's both. And this is the activation of the Venus star. Because if you remain in this or that, then you are remaining, you, not the world, you are remaining separated within. And this new moon is giving the opportunity, and it is the last one before the equinox, to unite these two aspects within, matter and spirit, and take the wisdom, because the South Node is in Virgo, so that you can move forward and apply the wisdom in your head so that you can move forward to the new era. This is a process, and unless you are prepared for that, you cannot reap the rewards. You don't know it, and maybe you don't want to see it, the truth, but you are looping and doing the same thing again and again and again. Yes, probably the people that you are meeting are wearing different dresses. Yes, maybe they are doing different jobs, but for you, they are playing the same role. They are playing the same mirrors that you have to face in order to take your lesson, the spiritual lesson. That's why the North Node is conjuncting Mercury. So if you are prepared, you can see what happened, truly happened in your life, when and why you missed your path, or why you kept on doing things in an autopilot and not in being you, the master of your life. And I want you to remind that astrology is the science of cycles and archetypes. Astrology is not going to tell you what to do, but astrology reflects, it's a language of divination, reflects exactly the tendencies, the potential. And so either you go with the wind or you go against the wind. And so either you apply what you know, comparing your chart and what you have done, or you are playing it smart, as many are doing, who aren't respectful of astrology and the significance that it has, and they are focusing only in the conscious mind. But it's okay, everyone is doing what is capable of doing and what is accepting as true. The point is to fully integrate that you are all that and you are still beyond that. Because the seventh plane of existence is ruling astrology, but consciousness is beyond. Okay, but if you truly want to see yourself in this seventh plane of existence, which is also your seven chakras and the seven rays, you have to pay attention to astrology. And I will give you an example. I have a very challenging aspect in my chart. I have Jupiter squaring Mars. I have Mars in Libra and Jupiter in Cancer. And this square has, because these are the main masculine aspect planets in my chart, and Jupiter is the esoteric ruler of Aquarius, which is my sun sign, this aspect has played a tremendous role in my life between wanting to be right in relationship and choosing the law as a job, Mars in Libra, versus Jupiter in Cancer, that was what was guiding me through my subconscious mind. Eventually, I was able to connect them and make this challenging aspect a harmonious one. But it took me a while, and this is the cycle of astrology. So, I hope I gave you an overview of what is happening right now in the sky and in the energies. I will upload within the next, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, in my channel. So if you want to subscribe to my channel, I will upload more details about what the Venus star activation is. And if you want to have to book the activation, you can send me a message or email, whatever it suits you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And please, if you like my video, you can subscribe to the channel. Have a great day and a happy new moon. Bye.